Chapter 104. The miraculous feeding of the people. Horadl's loving thanksgiving speech. Loving means living in the Spirit. Thereupon Horadl rose and, thanking the Lord once more for this great grace and mercy, finally turned to his people and said, "Brothers, receive with a grateful and joyful heart the food and drink, and eat and drink, after having divided everything properly and justly among yourselves. I myself will only grab some left over in the basket after you have all appeased your hunger sufficiently. Thus fulfill with the greatest gratitude of your hearts the most holy will of the great, sole true God, who has now visibly before the eyes of us all blessed this food for us. Amen." Having given this order, the 10 main leaders took the baskets and, after the people had settled on the ground in 10 lines, dealt out the food, each of them providing one line with his basket. The first of each line was then handed the vessel with the drink, and one containing the purest honey, so that he could pass it on after having partaken of it, and so on to the end of the line. Only when all had been adequately provided with food and drink, did the 10 dealing out examine their baskets. How amazed were they when they found the baskets not even emptied by half. Therefore, they wanted to go back their line to deal out again. However, noticing that everyone was amply provided with everything, they thanked the Lord from the bottom of their hearts and carried the still weighty baskets back to Horadl, who had kept his eyes on each of them to see that he was doing his job honestly. When the baskets were back and Horadl saw that they were still more than half full, he asked those dealing out in a rather serious tone of voice, "How on earth did you deal out? Although the baskets are of a bigger size, still the people are more than 10,000 in number. How much did you give to each one of them? Can his hunger be appeased according to the will of the Supreme Lord?" But one of the 10 replied, full of reverence, "If you want to see the miracle of all miracles, check up and see how each line is amply provided with everything, and you will surely exclaim with us, 'Such things are only possible to God. Therefore to him alone all honor, praise, glory, worship, gratitude, and love forever. Amen." Then Horadl scanned all the lines with his eyes, and, seeing that no one was in want of anything, he turned to the Lord, saying, "O you, whose name to pronounce my tongue is not ever worthy, how am I to thank you, how to praise you, how to glorify you to your liking? O Lord, you endlessly Holy One, behold, my dearest possession is this my surely before you completely worthless life. Yet I have nothing else by which I could be and do something in self-awareness. But if it pleases you, I want to sacrifice it to you in gratitude on behalf of these poor people." Having said this, he again prostrated himself before Abidan, weeping in his immense gratitude. At Horadl's words, Abidan held a hand to his eyes, hiding tears of great mercy. Only after a little while did he bend down, touch the still weeping Horadel, and say to him, Horadel, arise, for now I have remitted you all sin. And Horadel rose, and for a long time, overcome by emotion, was unable to utter a single word. But after a while he pulled himself together again and, taking a deep breath, finally asked the Lord, Lord, look graciously upon me, a poor sinner, and do not be angry when I now relieve my troubled heart with a question of which I am, of course, not in the least worthy. And Abbadam said to him, So open your heart to me. Here Horadel laid his hands across his breast and said, O Lord, you most holy one, might also I, a poor sinner, and my poor people be permitted to love you with all the strength of our life? Do forgive me this for me too holy question. Though my reason tells me that only pure hearts can and may love God, my heart fights mightily against this influence of the reason. Oh, do tell me whether I can and may do what my heart is so mightily longing for. And Abbadam replied, Horadel, you are already doing that, and be blessed for it. Instead, I am giving you the 3 promised words, namely, love, love, love. And you will live forever in spirit, but die to the world. Now you have already died to the world. Therefore, love, love, love me, your Holy Father, forever. Amen.